In this video, I'm going to take you through a couple of examples from the 3-2A lesson. We're going to continue doing evens. You can skip number 12. I'll post the key for all of these later today. If you would like to do some of the odd number problems, or you can look at number 12. Let's go down to number 13. Directions say write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form. Watch out, because they're going to start to ask for standard form. That passes through the given points. So now we do not have the slope like we had on Monday. And so the first thing we need to do is find the slope using our slope formula, because we don't want to have to rely on graphing these. You might want to label your points. Remember, it doesn't matter which point is x1, y1, x2, y2. After you calculate slope, you'll want to check with your group to make sure you're doing it correct. Otherwise, then when you use the slope, you're going to get the wrong b value. We're going to plug in the slope into y equals mx plus b, and we're going to pick whichever point we want to use. So I'm going to use this one. Which just so happens to be the x-intercept. Feel free to pause this video if I'm going too fast. And there is the equation of a line, and I would double check that it works for your other point. I'm going to do two more examples. (15), same idea. Calculate your slope. Pick a point. Let's say I pick this one. And make sure you plug the point in. It feels like you're plugging in backwards because y goes first. So one extra step, but not that much more difficult than what we did last class and also in the first half of the module. You'll see when you do the evens over here, you'll need to remind yourself or your group about how to simplify complex fractions. I'm going to do one that has some messy decimals to kind of illustrate what will happen with 16 and 18. If they start with decimals, I would keep them as decimals. If they start as fractions, I would keep them as fractions. So this one starts with decimals, so I'm going to keep them as decimals. And then this is not simplified. I don't want to use an unsimplified slope to solve for b. It's going to make things messier. So these are both negative, so I know this is going to be positive. And I can't do clearing, but I can make an equivalent fraction. So multiplying by 4 would get rid of the decimals. And that would give me my slope, which is 20. So these are some of these, like 16, 17, 18, just get a little more tedious. Then I'm going to plug in a point. I'm going to plug in the one that has the positives. And solve for b, which is -6. And that's really the A lesson. When you go down here, you'll have tables. Remember, there's two options for finding slope in tables. You can still use your slope formula, or you could do your first difference rate of change work, or change in y over change in x. And you'll notice that it's going to ask for them in slope-intercept form and in standard form. So from here on out, you're going to do all the evens going back to number 14. And you can skip 12. And then you'll have three odd problems, 13, 15, and 17, that I've taken you through. And you're getting all the way to 24.